Great day, Star Louisians. This week, the discussion will focus on algebraic expressions. In your elementary years, you were taught about arithmetic, which only focuses on numbers and their operations. For now, we combine letters and numbers. Elementary algebra is the most basic form of algebra. It is taught to students who are presumed to have no knowledge of mathematics beyond the basic principles of arithmetic. In arithmetic, only numbers and their arithmetical operations, which are the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, are being learned. In algebra, numbers are often represented by symbols called variables. Have fun in learning our week 2 lesson. Before we shall proceed with the concept of algebra and algebraic expression, may I introduce to you a certain secret of algebra. Have you ever wondered how algebra may be applied to solve real-life problems? We regularly see people using algebra in many parts of everyday life. Like for example, it is utilized in our morning schedule each day to measure time for the time you will spend in taking a bath, making breakfast, or driving to work. Programmers solve algebraic equations every day as they create new software and applications. So all the things that we are using now, all the applications that you are utilizing are product or is a product of algebra. So when you wake up, you at least have some goals to achieve by the end of the day. Another good example is the alarm. People set up the alarm for waking up in the morning, but they don't realize that they have just executed algebraic addition. Remember, algebra is used in sports in so many exciting ways also. Keep in mind that players do not know that they are actually applying it. For instance, basketball players are able to score the 5 points because they can easily calculate the force required at any given distance. Some elements of algebra are extensively used in health and fitness also. For example, if you can still remember, we have asked you to come up or to solve for the body mass index of each of your family members. Those things fall under the concept of algebra. And with that, it allows you to monitor or watch out the food that you are taking or you are eating. One good example is that studying algebra improves your logical thinking, which can somehow help you in breaking down problems and coming up with solutions. These things be you will appreciate as we go through our discussion for today. For the introduction of algebra to discuss to us what is all about algebra and algebraic expression, or how do signs and symbols save time. Ma'am Rachel?
Thank you, Sir Albert. Good day, my dear grade 7 students. If you listen to your Sir Albert, he mentioned a lot of examples regarding algebra. Okay, what is algebra? It is defined as a branch of mathematics which generalizes the facts in arithmetic. For your information, my dear students, or just a trivia, the father of algebra is Diophantus. Okay, please take
Ma'am
note of
Rachel,
that.
excuse me,
Yes, Sir Albert.
are you presenting something, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Why is it that it's not visible?
Okay, for a while, Sir Albert.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see it now, Sir Albert?
Yes, yes, ma'am. It's already
Okay.
visible on my screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Albert. Okay, may we go back? When we say algebra, it is defined as a branch of mathematics which generalizes the facts in arithmetic. Okay, just an additional information or just a trivia. The father of algebra is no other than Diophantus. Okay, please take note of that name. And when we say algebraic expression, it is a statement containing one or more terms connected by ordinary operations in arithmetic. So what are the different operations that you can see in algebraic expression? And what are the terms that are mentioned here? Kung nakikita ninyo dito, ang sinasabi ay it contains one or more terms. So ano nga ba yung terms, Ma'am Rachel? Okay, you will soon come to know the meaning of terms in the next slide. Okay, let's have the different parts of an algebraic expression. First, we have the term. When we say term, it is the elements separated by the plus or minus signs. Okay, kung meron kayong nakikitang plus or minus signs, yung mga numbers or yung letters na pinag-separate niya, yun yung tinatawag nating terms. For example, 3x minus 2x plus 7. So ano kaya yung tinatawag nating terms dyan? Or what are the terms in this expression? Okay, very good. We have 3x, 2x, and 7. So lahat ng pinaghiwalay ng operations na addition and subtraction, they are called the terms. So ilang terms ang nakikita ninyo sa expression na ito? Okay, very good. We have 3 terms. So I hope the meaning of terms is very clear to you, my dear students. Ma'am, kasali po ba yung letter sa terms? Yes, kasali po yung letter. Or ano kaya ang tawag natin sa letter na yan? Is it called as letter? Okay, we have the number of terms. How many number of terms do we have in number 1? Since alam na ninyo kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng terms. Y squared minus 2y plus 1. How many terms kaya yan, my dear students? Okay, very good. We have 3 terms. And what are those? We have the y squared, 2y, and 1. Okay, so we have 3 terms. Next, a plus b. How many terms? Okay, very good. We have 2 terms. Next, xy. Can you see other terms in number 3 aside from xy? Meron ba kayong nakikitang operation sa number 3 class? Okay, wala kayong nakikita. That is why we only have one term and that is xy. And for number 4, we have m cubed or m raised to 3 minus 4m squared minus m plus 3. Kung bibilangin natin kung ilan ang terms, we have 4 terms. And what are those terms? We have m cubed, 4m squared, m, and then 3. Okay, sana naintindihan ninyo ang ibig sabihin ng terms and how to determine the number of terms in a given expression. Okay, we have the different kinds of terms. We have similar terms. Kapag sinabi natin similar, okay, based from the word similar, we have equal or the same or identical variables and with equal exponents of the variables. Ma'am Rachel, ano yung sinasabi nating variables? Kapag sinabi nating variables, kung mapapansin sa previous examples natin, meron tayong nakikitang letters at ang tawag doon ay variables. Okay? Example, 3x and 2x. Are they similar? Okay, yes, they are similar. Bakit kaya sila tinawag na similar terms? Because they have the same or identical variables and with equal exponents. Ano ba ang exponent ng ating variable? Okay, very good. 1. Ano ba ang ating variable sa example 1? We have x. Kapag wala kayong nakikitang exponent class, ang ibig sabihin nun ay 1 ang kanyang exponent. So 3x and 2x, since wala kayong nakikitang exponent, ibig sabihin they have 1 as an exponent or as the exponent. So equal ba ang kanilang exponent? Yes. Equal ba or pareho ba ang kanilang variables? Yes. Okay, number 2. 5xy and negative 3xy. They are also considered similar terms. Why? Because they have identical variables which are xy or which is xy, and they have the same or equal exponents, and that is 1. Okay, next. Kung meron tayong similar, meron naman tayong tinatawag na dissimilar. When we say dissimilar terms, these are terms with different variables and with unequal exponents of the variables. It's just the exact opposite of similar terms. Kung papansinin natin ang example 1, 3x squared and 2x. Okay, ang variable ng 3x squared ay x at ang kanyang exponent ay 2. At ang variable ng 2x ay x and the exponent is 1. Okay, the next one, 5xy and negative 3xz. Okay, we continue with the different terms. Let's have this example, or the dissimilar terms rather. Let's have 4x
Ma'am Michelle,
squared. Yes, Sir
Ma'am
Albert.
Michelle, can you share the screen, ma'am? It's not yet visible again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we continue with this similar term. Sir Albert, can you see now my PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am, it's already visible. Thank you.
Okay. Let's have example number 3. 4x squared and y squared. They are called dissimilar terms because, as you can see, they have different variables. Though they have the same exponents, but the variables are different. Because in the first one, we have x, and in the second term, we have y. And then the last example, x squared y and 5xy squared. Kung napapansin ninyo, the exponent of the first one, the x squared y is 2. While the second term, we have 5xy squared. The exponent of x is 1. So the exponents are different, though the variables are the same. So please, wag kayong malilito, my dear students. Kung makakakita kayo ng expressions na pare-pareho ang letter, pero you must be watchful of the exponent. Oh, please, huwag kayong malilito. Pampagulo later on kung makakakita kayo ng expressions na pare-pareho ang letters pero magkakaiba ang kanilang exponent. Okay, next, we have variables. Nabanggit ko na kanina kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng variables. When we say variables, these are letters that represent any number from a given replacement set. So kung may makikita kayong letters, those are what we call the variables. Okay, we have 3x minus 2y plus 7. So meron tayong tinatawag na literal coefficient. Ito yung letters, literal coefficients. So dito, what are the literal coefficients? We have x and y. Okay, yun yung sinasabi nating literal coefficient. Okay, replacement set of values of the variables. Let x equals 1, 2, 3, 4. We also have constant. Oh, my dear student, ang constant, napakadaling i-differentiate sa terms. Kapag sinabi natin constant, ito yung nag-iisa lang siya class. Wala siyang kasama. So, loner siya. So, dito sa ating example, 3x minus 2y plus 7. Saan dyan yung nakikita ninyong loner? Okay, very good si 7 kasi mag-isa lang siya. Wala siyang kasamang variable. So kapag sinabi natin constant, a term without a variable. O ganun lang kadali. And then, kung meron tayong tinawag kanina na literal coefficient, meron naman tayong tinatawag na numerical coefficient. The number part of the terms with variables. So, yung kasama nung variables, example, okay, ayan yung example natin. 3 and negative 2. Bakit 3 and negative 2? Kasi kung papansinin natin, di ba, ang 3x minus 2y plus 7, ang 3x, i-disregard natin yung x kasi yun yung tinatawag nating literal coefficient. So, ang ating numerical coefficient ay 3. 3 lang po. Positive 3 yan. Kasi wala naman kayong nakikitang sign dyan. So, it's understood to be positive. While the second one, di ba ang operation is minus 2y. So, disregard ulit natin yung literal coefficient and then we just simply get negative 2. I-include po natin yung ating operation. Isalin natin. So, that is 3x minus 2y plus 7. So, ang ating numerical coefficient sa given expression ay 3 and negative 2. And what is our constant in here? Okay, very good. It's 7. And what is our literal coefficient? Very good. It's x and y. Okay, let's have the operators. Alam niyo naman kung ano yung mga operators natin. So dito sa example natin, 3x minus 2y plus 7. So ano bang nakikita ninyong operations dito? We have the subtraction and then the addition or the minus and the plus sign. Okay? So it's your turn. Example, 7x plus 3y minus 9. I am giving you the chance to answer this one on your own first. Okay. Give me a term from the given. Okay, we have either 7x, 3y, or 9. And then what is our constant term? Okay, it's a negative 9. Kasali po yung ating minus sign dyan. So magiging negative 9. Give me a numerical coefficient. Okay, very good. We have 7 and 3. Hindi po kasali yung 9 because that is considered as our constant. And then give me a literal coefficient or a variable. Okay, very good. It's either x or y. Yung mga letters lang, yun yung tinatawag nating literal coefficient or our variable. And give me an operator. So, dalawang nakikita natin dito, the plus and the minus or the addition and subtraction. So, kapag sinabing an operator, you can just give me or you can just give us one only. Okay, so it can be plus or minus or addition or subtraction. Sir Albert?
Thank you, Ma'am Rachel. I hope you have understood the things that was being shared by Ma'am Rachel, because for the next things that I'm going to discuss, you'll be needing those terms. For translating English phrases to mathematical expressions or vice versa, remember that the ultimate goal of algebra is to use it as a tool in applying now the mathematical logic to real life situations and problem solving. So I would like you to familiarize yourselves now for the different terms related to the operations used in writing mathematical expressions. For addition, I want you to always remember that the terms being associated for the operation addition are the following: sum, increase, plus, add, more than, and total. So these are the terms related to addition. So when it is being used in a certain phrase, English phrase, then that means to say that the operation that you are going to use is addition. For subtraction, we have the following: difference, decrease, minus, subtract, and less than. Again, if you notice these things or these terms, if they are being used in a certain phrase, then the operation that you are going to use is subtraction. For multiplication, we have the following terms also: product, times, and multiplied. So these three terms are being used to define now operation, which is multiplication. For division, you will encounter these terms: quotient, divided, and ratio. So if these terms are being used in a certain phrase, then the operation that you're going to use now is division. Always remember that in translating an English phrase to a mathematical expression, you have to assign a certain variable to one unknown quantity. Then you have to write now an expression for any other unknown quantities involved in terms of the variable. Let's now start with the following problems. For number one, we are going to translate the following English phrases. So the given are the English phrases. We are to translate it into a mathematical expressions. So what's the first thing that you need to do? You have to identify what particular term is being used in that particular phrase. Okay, after identifying a certain term related to math, then you identify what operation are you going to use. For number one, we have there 3 plus a number. Looking back on the table presented a while ago, we can found the term plus under the operation addition. Therefore, if we are to translate now the number one example into a mathematical expression, then we have now 3 plus x. So we represent the term a number into a certain variable. So Sir Albert, can we use other variables other than x? Yes, you may. But if there is a specific indication of a certain variable that you are going to use to represent the unknown, then you have to follow that one. Okay? For number two, twice a number less 4. So there are two, okay, two things that you need to remember there. When you say twice a number, then you have to double or twice, yes, double a certain number. So 2, we represent the unknown using variable x. Let x be the unknown number. So 2 times x, and we try to figure out what term, specific term is being used in the second example that is somehow related to the 4 fundamental operations. So if we try to look on the given problem, we can see there the term less. And less is being associated with the operation subtraction, less or less than. So we have 2x minus 4 is the mathematical expression of the given English phrase. For number 3, we have the quotient of a number and 12. it would be very easy for us to translate that one because we can now see a certain term that is being associated with the operation division, and that is the quotient. So meaning to say the quotient of a number, you let your unknown number be equal to variable x and then over 12. Or you can also write your answer as x using now the symbol for division, x divided by 12. Next, Ma'am Rachel, can you please go back to the previous slide? Okay, so we go back with the last example, or the third example rather. So we have there the quotient of a number and 12. Okay, so we have now x over 12. Remember, okay, this is just a certain trivia. We call now the division symbol as obelus. So obelus is the term associated with the symbol of division. Okay. Next, number 4. If 11 decreased by 4 times a number. So that's 11 decreased by 4. You identify what term is being used that you can associate with the 4 fundamental operations. We have there the term decrease, and that is under subtraction. So we have 11 minus 4 times. So there are two operations that you are going to use there. 11 minus 4 times is associated under operation multiplication. So you have to multiply 4 times the representation of your unknown number, which is equal to x. So we have now 11 minus 4x. We have number 5, 11 less than 4 times a number. So we have now 4x, okay? 4x, 4 times a number less than minus, ima-minus nyo siya sa 4x. Okay? So, yung 4x daw, tatanggalan nyo siya ng 11. That's how we define less than, okay, in mathematics. So, the answer should be 4x minus 11. For the last example, we have here 2 more than 6 times a number. So, more than meaning to say you are going to add 2 to whatever is the product of 6 to a certain number. So we have 6x plus 2. That should be the proper way of translating the English phrase to mathematical expressions. So I hope that it's clear that when you translate now English phrases to mathematical expressions or vice versa, you have to consider all the terms that are being used in that certain phrase. Okay, so that it would be easier for you to translate it into mathematical expressions. Next, Ma'am Rachel. Okay, let's try to play now. Suppose the letters in the English alphabet are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on until Z correspond to numbers 1 to 26. Meaning to say, the value of your A is equal to 1, while the value of your B is equal to 2, the value of your C is equal to 3, and so on and so forth. So what if we are to solve for B plus E? Where did we get now 2? 2 now is the value of our B. Okay, plus the value of your E, it's equal to 5. That means to say we substitute whatever is the corresponding value of the letter following now the counting numbers. So we have B is equal to 2. Since B is the second letter of the English alphabet, then it's equal to 2. While E is the fifth letter of the English alphabet, that's why it's equal to 5. And then when we get the sum now, it's equal to 7. What are we trying now to define here? Let's proceed with our next slide. We are dealing with evaluating algebraic expressions. So in evaluating algebraic expressions, we mean we substitute the given specific values for the variables. And then we are going to simply magnify now the resulting numerical expression. Or if I'm going to translate this one into Filipino, okay, meron pong binigay na value para doon sa letra or sa variable na minention doon sa problem. Like for example, we have number 1, 3 plus x, for x is equal to 2. So what will you do? The first thing that you need to do there is you have to substitute the given value of x, which is equal to 2. And then after that, you are going to add, okay, the value of x to 3. So we have now 3 plus 2 that will now give you a sum of 5. Then, therefore, we can say that the sum of 3 and the number, and let x or that number be equal to 2, is now equal to 5. For number 2 example, we have there 4x plus 5, or x is equal to 3. So we change all variables into 3 because it says there the x value should be equal to 3. So we substitute x, which is equal to 3, to the expression for x plus 5. So we change x into 3, 4 times 3, that will give you 12 plus 5. The resulting value now is equal to 17. Next, for number 3, we have now a plus b minus c, for a is equal to -4, b is equal to 12, c is equal to 5. This is not a complex expression class because, as you can see, the value of each variables are already given. So what will you do then? You just simply need to substitute all variables, all values of the variables in that particular given expression. So a is equal to -4, so we change a into -4, plus bring down the plus sign, or the addition operation, or the operation addition, plus, and then substitute the value of b, which is equal to 12, plus 12, minus the value of c, which is equal to 5, and then perform or evaluate now the expression. So -4 plus 12 minus 5, following now the MDAS rule, okay, -4 plus 5 is equal to +8 minus 5. It will give you now the answer, which is equal to 3. Okay, other examples that we can get out of evaluating expressions, okay? I want you to take down the things that I'm going to tell you so that you can practice yourself in evaluating algebraic expressions. For example, we have 1/2 base times height. For b is equal to 10 and h is equal to 4. Ma'am Rachel, can you annotate the given? So what will you do here is you just simply need to substitute the value of the b variable and the h variable to the expression given, which is 1/2 base times height. So we have now 1/2 times the base value, or the b value, is equal to 10, 1/2 times 10, times the value of h, which is equal to 4. So 1/2 times 10 times 4.
Wait,
10
sir,
times
because
4, that will
I
give you,
cannot add another slide in the PowerPoint. Can I
it's just
just,
okay, ma'am.
yeah, can I
Yes,
just
you can
write
just,
it beside?
yes, ma'am. It's just
Okay.
okay. So that they can also see the given. So the given, ma'am, is 1/2 base times height. And the value of b is equal to 10. And the value of h is equal to 4.
That
So
is
we
one
have
half
now base times height. The
base.
dogs are barking.
Yes,
So we
because
have one
Sir
half
Sir
base.
Albert, our students must understand us also because you know we are really
Yes.
in a difficult situation. Yeah. So
Yes.
our dear
And those
students, please
those
forgive
things
the
are,
dogs.
yes, ma'am. Hindi naman natin kontrolado yung mga ganyang bagay. Yes. So we have now 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times the
What
value of
is
b,
the
which is
value
10.
of B, sir?
B is equal to 10 and h is equal to 4. Okay. So what will you do, students, is you just simply need to substitute. okay, the value of b and the value of h to the given expression.
And Sir
So the final
Albert,
answer there
Sir
is
Albert,
20. Yes, ma'am.
it's very necessary that they know still the rules in adding integers and
Yes,
subtracting integers because they still need those in
yes.
our lesson.
Yes, ma'am, that's right. So you have to familiarize yourself still on the concept of the PEMDAS because you
Yes.
still need that one in performing the operations, okay, under algebraic expression. So that's it. So I hope you've learned something from the discussion today, okay? And always remember that algebra is being defined as a branch of mathematics which generalizes the facts in arithmetic, while algebraic expression is the statement containing one or more terms connected by ordinary operations in arithmetic. So there are 6 parts of algebraic expressions that was being discussed by Ma'am Rachel a while ago. We have the terms, the variables, the replacement set, the numerical coefficient, the constant, and the operators. And I have also discussed how to evaluate algebraic expressions. And when you are to evaluate algebraic expressions, that means to say that you just simply need to substitute the given specific values for the variables, and then you have to simplify now the resulting numerical expression. It was also discussed uh, that in translating an English phrase to a mathematical expression, you have to assign now a certain variable to one unknown quantity, or you represent your unknown number to a certain variable. Then you have to write now an expression for any other unknown quantities that involve in terms of that particular variable. Thank you so much for listening, and please do not forget to like, okay, our recorded discussion today if you have learned something. And ayan, magpa-plug na din ako. Siguro mag-subscribe na din kayo. So thank you so much for listening, Ma'am Rachel. Thank you so much
Thank you
also. You have
also, Sir
something to
Albert.
say?
Thank you.
And you prepare very well for your synchronous assessment that will happen on Friday. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.